What's up everyone, I'm the Gentleman and today I'll be talking about The Mummy. But before we do that, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to this wonderful channel. Now, with that in mind, have you seen my mummy? In the 1930s, monster movies were making their mark in Hollywood, with the releases of Dracula, Frankenstein, and The Mummy, the latter of them being inspired by the real-life discovery of King Tut's tomb in 1922. Decades later, Universal wanted to update the Mummy franchise for a newer audience, so Clive Barker, who made Hellraiser, was initially attached to the project, but his vision was deemed too dark and violent. But then George A. Romero, who made Night of the Living Dead, gave it a try, but then his vision was deemed too dark and violent. Finally, Stephen Sommers, who made The Jungle Book, pitched his idea, which was more like an action-adventure like Indiana Jones, and that was greenlit. Now, if the original was a horror, then just keep it as a horror. Nobody wants to see an action-adventure Dracula. Oh wait. Shame. The Mummy is about a forbidden love between a high priest named Imhotep and the pharaoh's mistress named Anaxinamun, and oh my lord. Big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. Their affair is soon caught by the pharaoh himself, but is killed by Imhotep and Anaxinamun. His guards arrive shortly after, but then Namun decides to kill herself so that Imhotep can escape and resurrect her body. Imhotep then breaks into her tomb and steals her body so he can perform the ritual, but is stopped by the pharaoh's guards, aka the Magi. He and his priests are mummified alive, with him getting the worst of it by having Scarabeetos eat him alive very slowly. That's exactly how I feel when I'm watching The Big Bang Theory. Yeah. Fast forward 3,000 years later to 1926, where we meet our hero Rick, played by Brendan Fraser, who was fucking everywhere in the 90s. He then discovers Hamunaptra, the city of the dead, where his career eventually ends up. We also meet the other two main characters, Evie, an Egyptologist, and her brother Jonathan, who happens to steal a very important artifact from Rick, which is a key and also happens to be the map to the city of Hamunaptra. Coincidence or convenience? You decide. Evie then asks her brother where he got the map from, so they go to the jail where Rick is for some reason, probably because he was in Looney Tunes. Shame. Rick makes a deal with them that he'll take him there since the map was purposely burned by Evie's boss, in exchange for his freedom and some tongue. You cheeky bastard, I see what you did there. Rick is set free, the love story subplot is set in motion, and they eventually get to Hamunaptra, despite some shenanigans from the Magi, who are trying to stop Imhotep from being resurrected, much like Brendan Fraser's career. Okay, no more Brendan Fraser jokes, except his last movie. After searching around the tomb for a while, they come across some booby traps, some treasure, and of course, the mummy himself. But thankfully he can't be resurrected unless someone reads a passage from the book, and oh god damn it. You would think she would know better not to read something like that out loud, being a fucking Egyptologist and all, with the fucking mummy over there, you know, who knows what's gonna happen. The curse begins, Imhotep is awake and is set to get his power back by assimilating with the four guys who opened the box. His only weakness? Don't ever let him go on YouTube. Imhotep eventually regenerates thanks to the four guys who opened the box, and he captures Evie so he can use her body for the ritual and bring back Anaxinamun. So it's now up to Rick and crew to rescue the damsel in distress, kill the bad guy, and save the world. Oh, I'm sorry, did you want to say it, Brendan?
Rescue the damsel in distress, kill the bad guy, and save the world.
They make it back to Hamunaptra and stop the ritual just in time, and now have to fight Imhotep's mummified priest. Wait, if they need Evie's body for the ritual, then why the fuck is Anaxinamun trying to kill her? Because she ain't afraid to cut a bitch. She then gets killed again, thanks to Jonathan, who uses the book to control the guards. Then Evie uses the book to make Imhotep mortal, who then gets stabbed by Rick. They escape the city, karma catches up to Benny, and they all live happily ever after. Or do they? Fucking sequels. And that's The Mummy. Despite being different than the original, this movie is actually pretty good fun. I mean, sure, some of the characters and dialogue aren't that great, but the pacing of this film as a whole is good and doesn't even feel like it's a 2-hour movie. Not to mention the fantastic special effects of its time that have aged pretty well and still look good today. However, I'm not really looking forward to the reboot with Tom Cruise because it'll probably just be him running around and speaking very softly on his step stool. So as always, I'll be back soon with the new movie, or if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments down below. I am the Gentleman, I observe the world, so we can all laugh at it. Bye bye.
I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny that when a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung. Wanna pull up tough, cause you notice that butt was stuffed deep in the jeans she's wearing. I'm hooked and I can't stop staring. Oh.